If you are new to me, my name's Taylor. I will be leading you through a happy hips class today. We'll move through a short flow to bring some mobility into the joints of the body and then slow things down with some deeper stretches and holds towards the end. As always, I encourage you to grab a couple of yoga blocks if you have them. If not, a rolled up towel, a book, or something supportive can feel nice as well. Grab your mat, water if you need, make sure you're comfy. And just a reminder as well to listen to your body always, right? Please check in with how you're feeling today, what you need to modify maybe, or maybe push yourself further a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna get started we'll get started on our back today. So come all the way down to your Shavasana, a place of rest on the ground. And I invite you to right away begin to take up space. As you settle onto the ground, let your arms and legs extend long. Close your eyes if that feels safe, and allow yourself that time, this moment, to just arrive into your practice. Start to notice what is around you, right? Bringing yourself closer to the present space. And just doing your best to let go of your day, your morning, your week so far. And once you've settled, take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big breath out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in, feel your belly rise. And exhale, feel the belly fall. One more time, expansive breath into your body, create space with that fresh air in your lungs. And release, dropping into your practice a little more. Now right away, begin to invite movement in. Start by simply wiggle the fingers, the toes. Maybe circle your wrists and your ankles. And I invite you to move slowly here. So really feel that full range of motion at the joint. Honor any little cracks or pops, just waking up the body and letting go of any stagnant energy that might be stuck there. You can rock your head side to side here as well, and softening any tension away from the neck. On your next breath in, reach your arms up overhead or up to the sky, and then draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug here, squeezing both knees in. Maybe for a moment the forehead comes up to meet your knees. Just speaking a few words of kindness to yourself. Giving yourself a little bit of love back to your body, your mind. Now staying on your back body, bring one hand onto each shin or kind of onto the knee. And just let your knees drop wide, opening up through the inner hips right away. If this doesn't feel good, you can also take your hands to the back of the legs, the thighs, but just inviting that space. And it might feel nice to rock the knees or the legs softly. A little bit of circle motions here, or kind of that forward and back. And just being really gentle. Starting small, these motions, just initiating that lubrication or mobility into the joints. Good. As you bring your knees back together, keep the right knee in and extend the left leg down long. And this time, as you hug the right knee in, begin to really draw circles with the knee. So these circles might be a bit bigger than the ones we started with. Still allowing it to feel good and smooth in the body. Just notice any areas that might feel a bit sticky or stuck. Switch direction when you are ready. Continue to find that circle motion through the knee, hip. Coming back to center, you can either straighten the right leg a bit here or keep it bent in, but you'll sweep it across to the left side. So a bit of a spinal twist. If that leg is long, you might feel this more on the outer hip or the outer thigh, even connecting down into the IT. As best as you can, maintain the connection of your shoulder blades down to the ground. You can even add a block or so underneath of the right knee. But we're not here long. Take just a few breaths into this deep stretch space. Good. That right knee will come back to center. Plant both feet down for a moment. Lift your hips up off the ground. Find a little engagement of your core, so you're drawing your pelvis towards your ribs, finding a nice long spine. Take a full breath here. And a deep breath out as you lower down. So just having that realignment here. Left knee will come in then as you extend the right leg long. And again, just start to create circles with your left knee, making these circles big or small. Whatever feels good to you. Again, notice any spots that feel kind of sticky or stuck. See if you can send your breath into that space. Done a few in that way, switch direction. Good, one more. Then go ahead and sweep that knee across the body, this time over to the right. Option to straighten out the leg if you have the space, or keep it bent in. Again, just feeling that stretch into the outer hip. Nice twist in the spine as well. Continue to breathe deeply here. Feel the belly. Feel the expansion in the rib cage, the lung, as you're opening up towards the sky. Another breath or two here. Good. Coming back up through center. Again, planting both feet down and just realign. So lifting the hips up a few inches off the ground. Finding that engagement in the core. Maybe even reaching the arms up here. That again helps to draw the low ribs down. And then slowly hips connect to earth. Hug your knees in one more time. Give yourself that hug, squeeze. And this time you can rock or push yourself up to a comfortable seat. So finding your first side of a cross-legged seated pose, whatever feels most natural or comfortable to you first. Root your sit bones down into the earth. You might need to adjust. Once you're there, reach your arms to the sky. And then exhale to fold forward in this seat. So reaching your arms down towards the ground. Maybe you drop all the way to elbows. Maybe your head rests in your arms or a block. You can shift a little bit side to side. Notice if you feel this in the hips. Maybe not just yet, that's okay, but take a few breaths here. Alrighty, coming back up, sitting tall. Now I want you to switch the cross of your legs. The one that feels a little bit awkward, maybe not as natural as the first. But again, start tall, reach arms to sky, and fold forward one more time. For some, you may not feel much here, but know that you're still doing the work. You can sway a bit, drop the head. Good, and coming back up nice and tall. Make your way to a tabletop, hands and knees. All right, a few rounds of cat-cow first, so bringing our mobility into the spine. As you breathe in, drop your belly down, lift your heart. Exhale to round your spine. Breathing in, drop down, lift the tailbone here. Exhale, round the spine, tail drops in. Couple more. Now, as you continue to move with your breath, I invite you to really open into the hip space. Maybe you make circles, drawing the hips back towards your heels in a circular pattern, or even just coming more forward and back through child's pose. What are your hips craving? What mobility feels right for you? You may get, again, some cracks or pops through that hip space. As long as there's no pain, that is all good. Might feel nice to close the eyes here and just move intuitively. What feels accessible today? Should feel good for the shoulders as well. Take a couple more breaths. Good. Coming back to your neutral spine in table. From here, extend your right leg up towards the sky in that 90-degree shape. So pressing your heel up towards ceiling. Extend your left arm out in front of you if you want to challenge your balance, or feel free to keep the left hand grounded today. As you breathe in, reach the right leg higher. Then exhale, draw the knee to nose, maybe elbow if you're balancing there. Inhale, reach the right heel to sky. Exhale, crunch. Inhale that right heel to sky, squeezing the right glute. Exhale, crunch. One more time, that right heel to sky. This time, keep the left palm down and just start to draw circles, again with that right knee, finding our last bit of circular pattern here. Creating lots of internal, external rotations, switching sides if you haven't yet. Good, and coming back to center. Just a moment in child's pose. Let the hips melt back towards your spine, and it might feel nice to keep the knees closer together. That will create more space for the low back or spine. Of course, knees can come wide as well, always honoring what feels good for you, but stay just for a few breaths. Come back up through your table, extend left heel to the sky. Again, option to just stay focused on the leg, or maybe the right leg or arm comes long, so you have that opposite arm and leg. As you breathe in, push the left heel up to the sky, and then exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, heel up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Last one, inhale, left heel to sky, the right hand comes back down, and once again, drawing those circles on this side. Switch direction, finding balance, harmony, equilibrium. Good, and coming back to all fours. From here, tuck your toes and we'll come up to our downward facing dog. As always, starting with a generous bend in your knees to really focus on lengthening your spine. Spread your fingers nice and wide, press the ground away, and when that feels secure, you can start to pedal the feet or send the hips a little bit higher. Maybe you rock them a bit side to side. Good. Inhale, come high to your tippy toes. And exhale, sink to heels. Now walk your hands back to your feet, fold at the back of your mat. A moment for upper body to sway. You can grab the elbows, let the head be heavy. Letting go of anything from your day, right? Allow that tension just to melt off the back. Release your elbows, and then inhale, find half lift. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise, an opportunity to come up to stand, staying connected and rooted through the feet. And then exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Playing a little with balance here. As you breathe in, reach the arms back to the sky. And bring the left knee up as well. So you're balancing down on that right side. Now, hands can come to heart as you cross the left foot across the right knee. So a standing figure four. If this is not feeling good today, you can always skip it or come down to your back. Find this reclined stretch. But we're not here long. See if you can sink the hips down a little bit more. I'll just mindfully pressing down in the left knee, keeping a little flex at the foot. You can also bring your hands closer to the ground for a deeper stretch. For anyone practicing with inversions or arm balances, you can maybe even come into a flying pigeon here. But for today, my intention is more just to get that stretch. Ooh, another breath or two. Breathe into the tightness that you feel. And coming out of it, step your left foot up about halfway up the mat, and then send the right leg up to the sky for a little balancing pose, warrior three. So now giving that left foot a chance to root down. We're not here long. Take a breath in, lift up through the back. And exhale, can you sweep the right knee up to the sky without letting the foot touch down? Arms come up as well. And then into that standing chair pose or figure four chair. So take what you need here again. Hands can come to heart. Maybe they rest down on the foot, pressing down at the right knee. Let your hips drop in. Maybe the hands connect to ground. Just breathing, challenging your body. If you fall out, that's okay. You can always come back. Good, one more breath here. Can you drop in a bit more? Yes, you can. And come out. Right foot steps down now. Just taking that balancing pose, warrior three, and the other way. Good, not here long. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, one breath in. And exhale, feet together, arms to sky. Exhale, fold down. Keep your right foot planted here, step the left foot back and parallel to the back edge of your mat. We're coming into side angle pose. So right arm can stay grounded. Might feel nice to bring it to a block here. As you reach the left arm up to the sky or overhead, you can even rest your right elbow on the right thigh, but just try to keep engagement and length in the core as well. So we're finding a nice opening in the right hip here. Keep opening up that left side, rotating the ribs to the sky. One more breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down. Step your feet back to downward dog. Nice deep breath in here. And an exhale. Step your left foot to the top of your mat. We're just opening into that side angle on the other side. So rotating towards your right, left hand stays down on block, ground, or thigh. Reaching right arm to sky, really lengthening the right side, but still feeling this through the hip. So we're not letting the right knee cave in. Keep pressing it open towards the left side, the left knee, sorry. Breathe wherever you are. And release, coming back. This time keep the left foot as it is, all toes face forward, but drop the right knee down for our lizard pose. So looking for a deep stretch in the front of the right hip space and starting just to slow things down. Now it might feel nice here to stay on your palms, a little bit more elevated through the heart. It might feel better to come down to your elbows, onto blocks, bolster, pillow, support. Maybe the forearms do come right to the ground if that feels accessible today. And it's okay to rock or sway a little bit side to side here. Stay for about 3 deep breaths. Stay longer if this is feeling good, maybe needed today. If not, start to press back up to your palms. And you can step left foot back to meet right, finding yourself in a tabletop pose, maybe circle or just rock the hips. Around the spine, even a slight push back towards child's pose before we take the other leg. Coming back to table when you're ready, right foot will step forward right into that lizard pose. So you may need to kind of shuffle the left knee back, right? Create a bit more space. Again, you can start tall on your palms. Maybe you feel best a little bit more elevated today. Breathe into the stretch, right? If you spend a lot of time sitting down, these guys can get kind of weakened, lengthened. On the contrary, if you spend a lot of time doing running or sprints, these guys can get a little tight. So always giving some love back to the hip flexors, creating space. And this can also help decrease low back pain as well. And stay for 3 more deep breaths. Good. Press back up to your palms. Slowly step right knee back. And we are going to come into a seated position with legs out in front to start, setting up for shoelace pose. Now, this is a deeper stretch, so I will offer, of course, modifications. And it right away might feel good to sit up on a block, a cushion, something that you have just to elevate your hips. Okay? Legs stay long to start. Now again, there's lots of options for this pose. We're going to start by bringing the right foot to the outside of the left thigh and just having that right knee kind of stack over the left. So dropping it down, knees are stacked. This is half shoelace pose. For some, you might feel this right away in the right hip. That's okay. You're welcome to stay here and breathe. If If you wish to go a bit further, go ahead and bend the left knee in as well. So ideally trying to stack the knees, I'll turn a bit, on top of each other as best as you can. And then you'll feel this a bit more on each side. Staying tall to start, an option. If you feel you need, you can fold over the knees, the thighs. If your body's craving a twist, you can look back over the right side. And just take about 5 full breaths here. Know that if you need to come out, of course, you can. Good. Breathe into tightness that you feel. And breathe out to let that tightness melt away. Can you feel the space you are creating? Can you feel the tension, the stagnant energy melting away? Couple more full breaths here. Just acknowledging any sensation or any thoughts, emotions that you feel. Time. Maybe open the eyes and just start to unravel the legs. I like to lean back to unwind, and you can either bend the knees or take them long to the ground. Option just to softly rock side to side. Maybe sit in stillness for a moment. It is normal to hold on to a lot in the hip space, so just be gentle with your body here as we slow these things down for the last few moments of today. We'll set up for the other side. You can start with, again, legs out long, then bending into left knee, stepping outside, so you can drop the left knee down. Half shoelace pose. Make sure you're on the other side. Option to stay, or option to bend the right knee. Twist. Again, just having that intention of kind of stacking the knees on top of each other. It's okay if they're not quite there yet. Letting the left sit bone drop down here as well to find that balance or stability on both sides. And then reconnecting to your breath. Soften the shoulders, relax your jaw. Take about 5 deep breaths here. Creating space with each breath in. Letting go of something with each breath out. Okay, take your time, stay longer if you need. Not begin to unwind. Again, I like to kind of lean back. If you were sitting up on a prop, come right back down to the ground as we'll settle down to our back for our final rest. I do encourage you to stay for this final pose to close everything off. If you choose, take your butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana, and it might feel nice to utilize the blocks here. So just having kind of a softer opening in the hips. If it feels okay, you can let the knees fall right down, or even just find a classic Shavasana, straightening out your legs, but letting your back body ground here. I like to bring hands onto belly or even a hand to heart to reconnect or drop back in. The last few moments, perhaps revisit your intention if you set one today, or simply find some gratitude for your body, your hip space. Gratitude for your legs, for moving you throughout your day, and for your feet and all the weight that they carry. Again, stay longer if you have the time and space in your day. If not, you can slowly bring your knees together. Hug them into your chest once more. Maybe that rock or just a moment here. And I will end our practice here for today, but thank you so much for joining me on the mat, helping the hips to feel happy and healthy and just bringing some mobility into that space. From my heart to yours, thank you and namaste.